Yeah. Then I told him, if you run over my other raccoon, I will flatline you so fast.
Jerry deserves to die.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't
hey,
see you there.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Medley Members.
Well, we gotta wave to that.
Oh yeah, hi. Hi, Medley Members.
And this is an experimental thing that we are doing. This is going to be the first video on our channel, and this is the first Media Medley podcast. So yeah, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Britt. I am essentially the lead of this merry troupe of individuals. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name's Chad. I'm having a great time. Thanks for having me on this podcast. It's a cold Friday night. I had nothing else to do but sit home, cry about my ex-wife, and drink beer. So, Hey, my name's Will. I'm a filmmaker. And yeah, I guess I'm here. Yeah. I think we're gonna have fun. I have no idea what we're gonna talk about.
I really thought you were gonna commit to that bit.
I mean, hey, if you want me to, I will. If you want me to act like that the whole time, sure.
Yeah, but we are here in two award-winning filmmaker. Well, one award-winning filmmaker, one award-nominated costumer, and an award-winning set.
Yeah, that's true.
So
your house.
Yes. So I guess we need to get on to the big thing, which is what is Media Medley? Because we haven't explained it yet.
Who's that Pokemon?
So Media Medley is a group of individual filmmakers. To go back in time, I was noticing I was working with Will on his Esparnjo series and on his Bryce series, and I saw that another one of our friends, Carisha Glover, who unfortunately could not be with us.
She's dead.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
And trampled to death by ostriches. You didn't hear? It was all over.
Oh gosh.
I don't even know where the ostriches came from.
Bro, Jumanji.
R.I.P. Or one out for Carisha, homie.
She's dead.
But I saw that she had produced and directed and starred in her own short film, and I believe Palm Atkinson as well was doing her documentary at this time, and I was noticing that all of these people who we were connected to were doing such amazing things, and I was like, man, like, everything that everyone is doing is so cool and like it's so awesome, but I'm noticing that there are just, for reasons like not being able to post as often because a lot of what we do takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be noticed in like the grand scheme of YouTube and the places that we post our content. And I was like, we were over at John's house. We were watching. No, you guys had gone through watching Newsies.
Yeah.
And I had like just shown up
as it was ending.
Yeah, right when it was ending, like the bows had been done. I walk in and I'm like, hey guys, what did I miss? And John just turns to me and he just goes, yeah, everything.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we hung out for a bit and I proposed the idea to you. I was like, hey, what if we got everyone together and we all work together to post like weekly videos where everyone has a week where they have to post something, and working together we can make like a weekly upload schedule and everybody can do whatever they want to do while not feeling like they're being hampered by the fact that they can't post every week or every other week. And so that is what Media Medley is set out to do, is to give a voice to a bunch of lesser known content creators who just so happen to live in the general area, and we're all really good friends, and we like to hang out and talk about Star Wars and anime, but mostly Star Wars.
Mostly
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, isn't that right, Donnie Skywalker?
That is right. Britton the Weeb Clark. I'm just kidding. That's your new nickname, actually.
Yeah, Britt the Weeb. I like it.
No, wait, it's Stank Whitey, actually.
Stank Whitey, yeah, my rap name.
His rap name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really loving this idea of having everybody come together, because you're absolutely right. There's just so many talented people in the area, and when we're trying to make quality content like we all do, it takes a while, and we can't really keep up with weekly uploads or even monthly uploads. It's tough, really. And so to come to a place like this, which I'm really excited to kick off, I think it'll help everybody out a bit, and give each other contacts, or and just relationships through this artistic medium that we have. And I'm really excited. So thank you for taking the initiative on this and making it what it is.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a lot of work. I just didn't know like how much work it was going to be. Because I was like, okay, starting this up, what am I going to need? We're going to need, Poem brought up the thing that I completely overlooked, which was the equipment, which is a big thing in creating videos.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, okay, what do I have for equipment? At that point, I had nothing. I think I had like some really old editing software that I didn't know how to use. And essentially you were like our equipment. It was like, okay, if anybody needs to do anything, contact Will.
It was like the old bank robbery heist movie where everybody has like their title or whatever. It's like Brit as the genius writer or whatever, and just everybody has their title card, and then
the writer,
right.
Genius.
You don't give yourself enough credit. But I thought that was kind of funny.
That's what Media Medley is. So, and like I said, there's the interesting thing with this is like normally when like a channel starts up, they focus on like one thing, like cover songs or video essays,
right,
or reviews or something like that. Something that's very like focused. It's like the same video done over and over and over again. Not knocking anybody who does that, but like that's essentially what it is. There's this certain type of video that like a person does. And the thing with Media Medley that kind of makes it strange but also unique is that all of us are going to be doing different things.
Yeah.
So like to start off, a big thing that I really want to do is I love writing. I love storytelling. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love anime. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I just love being able to tell stories about characters and worlds. And so a big part of what I'm doing is I just really like this idea. I really like wrestling as well. And there was this channel called What Culture Wrestling. And one of the members of What Culture Wrestling, he started this series called How It Should Have Been Booked, where he takes a professional wrestling angle, like a storyline, and he takes that storyline and he rewrites it. He makes it as though he's the one writing it. And how he would do it differently. And I was like, man, that's really cool. I really like that idea. And I think a couple months went by, and then I found Nando V Movies. Have you watched anything that Nando V Movies has done?
Not if you haven't shown it to me.
Okay. I feel like he would be up your alley. He does a lot of like video essays and
I may have seen one of his videos, but like not realized that was what the channel was.
Yeah, but I watched Nando V Movies. I like got into him, and he rewrote the Justice League movie.
Okay.
And I really liked that idea, and I was like, man, that's really cool that these people are like taking these pre-existing stories, and using hindsight, they go back and basically write it differently, like their own fan fiction for that particular story.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much that I want to actually start doing it. So that's the crux of what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be doing series of rewrites. And the first one that I'm doing is of the very popular manga and anime Naruto, which I really love. I watched it when I was a very little kid. And when I was a little kid, I was like super hyperactive. I had Oh yeah, I was a little hellion. But like I was saying, yeah, I was rambunctious, troublesome kid, and this show comes out, Naruto, and it's about this short, rambunctious little blonde kid who's trying to be like the best ninja in the entire world. And I was just like, that's me as a main character. And I just fell in love with it, and I just I literally spent entire 24-hour periods just like looking up Naruto stuff. And like when my friends would come over to sleep over, that's all we would do is just like look up Naruto fight scenes and talk about, oh, could this character beat this character, and da da da. And so it's a series that's very near and dear to my heart. It was my first ever like favorite anime. So I was like, yeah, I want to take a shot, and I want to try and rewrite that.
Yeah.
Because even though I love it, it does have a lot of problems. It doesn't write its female characters very well. Because Kishimoto's come out, the writer of Naruto, and he's like, yeah, I can't write female characters. And yeah, so a big part of that is like focusing on like not just the female characters, but the just a lot of the characters that got left behind when they did their time skip, and doing more with those characters and fleshing out certain story arcs and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of rewrite stuff, and possibly doing some rapping stuff. I don't know. I've got my first project in mind, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a long time before that comes out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Will, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm sitting here, just talking to you.
Nice.
Is that what you mean?
I was kind of referring to you.
Yeah, I'm messing with it.
Yeah. But I actually don't know what you want to do, because like I know that you're working so heavily on Bryce, which second one's about to come out. The third one is on its way to being filmed.
We've already shot a scene of it.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
But like aside from that, like what are you wanting to do on Media Medley?
Within Media Medley, I, to be honest, have not put a lot of thought into that as of now, because right now we're editing Bryce 2, and I have been trying to write Bryce 3 as well. And on top of that, anybody who's out there who's a writer or a cinematographer, a director, whatever, how many stories will just come to you randomly. Like last night, I just had like half a scene in mind, and then I like couldn't go to bed for like the next 3 hours because I was thinking like, oh man, that could be like a whole movie. Wow, wait, this music really fits the style of that scene, and yeah, it just blows up. So things like that happen all the time. But within Media Medley, I mean, I really love Lego stop motion, which is where everything filmmaking sprung from for me. I bought a camera back in the summer of 2018, and then didn't really know how to use it. So me and Benjamin just randomly shot a movie, which is Esponjo.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of, Lego stop motion is, the first venture I took into the filmmaking world. So I really would like to do some kind of, short spoof comedy series, which I've already done a little bit of on my Patreon. It's called Jimmy, a Lego docu-series.
Yeah, that you showed me that.
Yeah.
Like, you're really good at stop motion.
Thank you.
He's really good at stop motion.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's crazy. It's like, I remember watching what's it called, Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah.
I remember watching Jimmy, and I was like, man, this is like straight out of like Robot Chicken or something.
I've actually seen Robot Chicken.
It's interesting. I really like Seth Green. So I love it. They have a lot of like Star Wars.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen,
they're crazy obsessed with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot of like hit and miss. You would get certain clips that are like really funny, like just downright hilarious. The one that comes to mind for Star Wars is there's this one clip where Palpatine gets a call from Darth Vader about the Death Star blowing up. And I love that one. That's one of my favorite clips that's ever been on Robot Chicken. But you also have like a couple like misses. But I like it. I watched it when I was a kid, even though I probably shouldn't have.
I see.
Yeah.
Was it on Adult Swim?
Yeah. I was a Cartoon Network kid, so
yeah.
Whenever I would stay past my bedtime, I just like watch through it. Futurama, Family Guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. I always stayed away from that stuff because I figured I shouldn't be watching it. But
yeah, my parents really didn't want me watching that stuff.
Really?
But I always found a way. And my mom actually started recording certain shows for me when I was a kid, because I told her that Pee-wee's Playhouse was now on Adult Swim, and I really wanted to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it came out on like really late. And so she was like, okay, I'll record it. And then we had like a VHS player, and she would put the VHS in, and she would record like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it would also get a little bit more of other episodes.
Yeah.
So I would watch some of the anime that came on late at night, like Inuyasha and Full Metal Alchemist. Because
so your origin story begins.
Yes.
on Adult Swim.
Yeah. If you ask anybody, they will say Adult Swim and Toonami is what made them an anime fan, because that's where anime kind of came from for a lot of people who are my age. Because on Cartoon Network, they had Toonami where they showed Naruto and what else? Duel Masters, I remember. The 4 Kids One Piece. This really weird show called Boba Bobo Boba Bo.
What?
Let me tell you the story of Boba Bo Boba Bo. Okay, so this is the plot of Boba Bo.
Boba Bo.
Yes. So in the world that they set up, it is illegal to have hair.
Okay.
And so they have these bald, I forget what they're called, but they're like bald like lords. No. They're like these bald like policemen who like run around like using like super special martial arts.
So not that different from today's world.
To shave people's heads and make them bald, and everybody's miserable. And yet out of like this entire thing, there stands like one vigilante who's willing to fight against the tyrannical bald government. And his name is Boba Bo.
Oh man, I want to see this now, dude. What?
And it gets insane. He's this like really like muscular dude with a giant blonde afro, and he beats people up with like these nose hairs that come out of his nose and like just whip people.
My interest has suddenly dropped a little bit, but I'm
so
still interested.
It's so weird. I don't know why I watched it as a kid, but
vote down in the comments. Should we watch Boba Bo for our next podcast?
Oh, I want Aurora to watch it because I don't think she has.
Hmm.
Aurora is another member of this group.
She's
and
a weeb.
Yeah, she's the other weeb. I'm weeb 1, she's weeb 2.
Wait, I thought she was weeb 1 and you were weeb 2.
I'm older, so I'm weeb 1.
Well, but you didn't come out as a weeb until later.
No, I came out as a weeb in high school.
Okay.
You just didn't know me then.
True. I didn't know you were obsessed with anime till fairly recently, I think.
Yeah, it's always been like a thing that I've loved, ever since I was a wee tyke.
A wee lad.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care what Raven Simone's doing on Disney Channel. She sees a vision. Great. This guy's got a metal robot that he uses to punch other metal robots. I'm watching that one.
That's great.
Yeah. But there's Bobo, which is interesting. Yeah, and then Adult Swim had like the mature ones, like they had Bleach and Inuyasha, which was the first anime I'd ever seen.
Okay.
Because it came on relatively early, and is now getting a sequel, which I just found out about, and I'm super excited about. And yeah, so that all culminated, and I was like, you know what? I really like this stuff. So yeah, anime for me is like Star Wars for you.
Huh. I see. If only there was a way to like compare our love, or
yeah,
we'll come up with a game. Find a way.
Or we could do like a trivia show where we're asked like anime questions and Star Wars questions. See who gets the most right. I think you would get the most right out of that.
I don't know. It depends. I haven't read a whole lot of like old EU like Legends stuff, so it depends on what it's like.
What is like the era of Star Wars that you know the best?
The era that I know the best. Prequel, because I grew up with the Clone Wars, and I watched the prequels over and over again, and yeah, I mean I've read some of the books and everything, or the new canon books, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess prequels, but the originals and sequels are like right there next to it. But prequels just because I grew up like right when all that stuff was coming out and it was really popular and everything.
So like you're more like the Clone Wars era. Like
that's what I know the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like Old Republic, and then you said like you didn't know a lot about Legends.
Yeah.
Which I think Legends is like after like Luke, like when Luke like starts up the Jedi Order.
Legends is everything that Disney
got rid of,
came in and is now considered non-canon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Legends isn't necessarily a time span. It's just all over. Like there's stuff from the very start. Old Republic is now Legends. It's not canon anymore. And
that's really sad. I like Old Republic. That's my favorite part of Star Wars.
Well, they're rebooting it with the High Republic, which I'm very excited for.
Yay!
I know a lot of people were really upset when Legends, got considered non-canon, but I mean, it's not like those stories aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
And sure, maybe there's like some of the book series I think maybe got discontinued. I could be making that up, but and I totally get that. I think they should have been able to continue with their stories that they're making and everything. But I love, a lot of the things that Disney's put out. I know that might be controversial for some people, but I really do.
Yeah, I haven't like read much into like the books with what Disney's put out. I think I've only read one Star Wars book, and it was about, I believe, like the life of, I want to say it was like the life of Count Dooku or something like that.
Oh,
I
cool.
forget the name of the book.
Was it recently?
No, it was like way back in the
gotcha.
day. It was back during Legends.
Yeah, the new books that Disney's put out, most of them that I've read have been really, really good. But then again, I'm very picky with what I read. I'll read all the reviews and everything beforehand. So I can honestly say that I've read probably about 15 or so of the canon books that Disney's put out, and there's not really one of them that I got finished with and was like, well, crap, I just wasted my time. There were some that were like, okay, that wasn't my favorite, but all of them have great stories to them, I think. And
now this is a question that I want to pose to you, because I've heard this argument or like this complaint, and that is the movies are devalued because they have a bunch of characters that they don't utilize in the movies, and instead they use those characters to sell books. So like with Phasma, who is very, in my opinion, I think that Phasma was very underutilized. And I've heard this kind of complaint is like, okay, or oh yeah, the Phasma didn't get a lot in the movies, so they could make a book out of her and make her the main character in her own book. Right. And I think there was like something for like the Knights of Ren, or there was something in the works for the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, no, I don't really know if that's why they didn't get a whole lot of screen time. Like the whole, hey, let's not give them enough screen time so that people will go and buy their books and comics. I don't know if that's true. I'll have to look into that. But
well, it's just a complaint that people have, just like, oh, it's to get more money out of people. It's like, oh, you want to know about the Knights of Ren? Go buy the book and read about that.
Well, I don't mind that at all. It's as long as the stories are told well and there's a reason for that. But yes, if that's like, I haven't really looked into that argument a whole lot, or the complaints. I'm trying to stay away from the drama of Star Wars right now. Just got to be like, okay, let me make my movie. I will watch The Mandalorian when it comes out, and I'll stay up to date with all the new trailers and everything coming out. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But I love the universe building of Star Wars. So if there's a character in the movie, say like Babu Frick, I love Babu Frick. I don't mind that he wasn't used like the whole time, but if he gets a comic series or a book or something, I'm probably gonna love it as long as it's told well. I'm not really gonna complain that he wasn't in the movie enough because he wasn't, a main character or anything.
I don't know. Like I've just heard that argument where it was like they're trying to like get like more money out of people by like putting like the stories of these characters into books rather than developing them on screen.
Well, that very well could be true, and if that is the truth, then yeah, I mean that's another story. But
but I mean in like the older Star Wars, like back when Legends was a thing, they did that as well. You had like the Jedi Council, and there were like all these different people. It was like, oh, who's that? And they would make comics and books based on those people. Like, Count Dooku, like, as I said, I read a book about like the past of Count Dooku. So, like fleshing out characters.
And sometimes it's not necessarily, planned from the beginning. Like, they'll have a character that blows up and they're like, oh, there's potential to tell a really cool story there because the fans love the character. There's a possibility for a future in the universe for that character. And so, yeah, I mean, it's totally, I think, reasonable to be able to expand upon those characters in certain ways, as long as it's not, like just cashing in on it without any taste, which, I mean, but I haven't seen a lot of that so far in Disney's era. And I think people forget, I mean, they've only owned Star Wars for like 8 years now, and they've done so much, and they're growing a lot. And I think they're just getting, better and better with their storytelling. And, Mandalorian was,
the Mandalorian awesome. is my favorite Star Wars like thing to ever come out.
Period.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to start off, out of the entire Star Wars universe, Jedi, okay, Sith, kind of cool, in my opinion. But my favorite thing in the Star Wars universe is the Mandalorians.
Okay.
Back when I first saw the prequels, like Jango Fett was my favorite character, and I saw Boba, and I was like, man, Boba's cool. And then I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that's what introduced me to Mandalorians and what their culture is and everything like that. And I was like, these guys are so cool.
Yeah.
And so when The Mandalorian was slated to come out, I was like, man, I gotta get Disney Plus
Yeah.
because I just love Mandalorian so much, and it did not disappoint whatsoever.
Yeah, it was so simplistic a lot of the times in the way they told the story, and there's a lot of rumors that that's going to change in this new season, which we'll see. But either way, I'm really, really excited for it.
Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, I really hope so, dude. Seriously.
That is perfect casting.
Yeah.
That is like absolute. That is like the internet doing its best.
And I saw
right
somebody like a wrestler or something. I'm not sure what her name was, but she was rumored to be Sabine Wren, which I think is really cool. Which you don't know anything about Rebels, do you?
No.
Okay.
Who's? Wait, Sabine Wren.
She's the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Cool helmet, and spray paint, and everything.
Yeah. I don't know anything about like the character, but I've seen like images of her.
Gotcha. She had the Darksaber for a while.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
Which, how did he get the Darksaber?
Moff Gideon or whatever.
Yeah,
dude, I have no idea. I feel. Yeah, I don't think they've expanded upon that just yet.
Yeah, like it was just like a reveal, but like that's what I'm like thinking of where it's like how.
Yeah.
I remember I told you like when me and my brother, because we marathon the series in like the span of like a day, and when he's in the TIE fighter and just the black blade comes out and it starts like cutting through, I started losing it, and my brother's like looking at me confused. He's like, "What are you?" It's just a black lightsaber. And I was just like, it's not just a lightsaber.
I was so ready for Moff Gideon to be dead, though. Like, seriously, I thought he was dead, but he wasn't.
But it's like, he's such a good villain.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he has so much potential to be an amazing villain.
That's probably why I wanted him to be dead so much, because he was just so evil. But
yeah. And it's we might get into an argument on this, but I feel as though Star Wars has not had a proper, like, good villain in so long.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your problem with Kylo Ren?
Well, I don't really see Kylo as a villain. Okay. I don't like he's more of an antagonist, or like if you look at it
You're
in
talking
like,
about like just evil character.
Yeah, like a primary villain. Like, because in the originals you had like Darth Vader and the Emperor, and then in the prequels you had Count Dooku, who was really intimidating, because he was Sir Christopher Lee. Yeah. You had General Grievous, who just looked awesome. You had the Emperor again, and then you go to these new movies, the Disney Star Wars movies, and like Snoke gets taken out way too early. I feel.
I mean,
like he just wasn't imposing. He didn't have time to make himself imposing.
I would disagree. I mean, sure, it didn't get built up enough as people wanted. This unpopular opinion. I loved what they did in The Last Jedi with that. Yeah. Hello, Dakota.
Yo. Yeah, we just started recording and we were talking about The Mandalorian. I don't know if you haven't seen it. But then we jumped to because I know you got opinions on this. It's we were talking about Last Jedi.
I haven't watched it in a while, so I still remember liking it enough. I still think it's better than what recently came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like I like The Last Jedi, and I wish that was it Ryan Johnson?
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson would have been able to continue that into Duel of the Fates.
Well, dude, did you read this? I say read the script, but did you hear the whole synopsis for Duel of the Fates, which was, I think, Chris Terrio's script? Yeah, that sounded really cool, but yeah.
Yeah, but we were talking about how, so in The Mandalorian, their main villain is like this really imposing guy. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but he's this really imposing guy, and what I was saying was I really like that villain because I feel like we haven't had like a really intimidating Star Wars villain for a while.
That's fair. This is someone who really likes Kylo Ren, but Adam Driver's amazing.
My argument is that I really don't see Kylo as a villain.
Right.
More of like a if you look at it in like a writing concept with like the trope of like the five man band.
Right.
He's more of a lancer to Rey.
Right.
He's after something completely different than like what Rey's doing, and they just happen to like butt heads, but they're also kind of connected at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't see him by the end of it being like the villain. Now he is the villain in Last Jedi, and he is really good as the villain in Last Jedi.
Oh yeah. I'm just having memories of the freaking Kylo Ren challenge.
Wait, Kylo Ren challenge? Did I miss this?
Do you really not know this?
Wait, what's the Kylo Ren
The
challenge?
high-waisted pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
that meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I posted it in the Beauty and the Beast.
Drew's.
For it was you've seen Ben Swallow, now you've seen Gastrong.
Yeah.
But
I just had flashbacks to that.
but
Yeah. I feel bad I haven't seen Mandalorian yet because I actually have been using Disney Plus a little bit lately. Just hasn't really crossed my mind to watch Mandalorian.
It's really good. I liken it to like an old spaghetti western, like something that like Clint Eastwood would star in.
Right.
Because there are scenes where it's like it's not high stakes in the sense of like the grand scope of Star Wars, but it's such a small story.
Mm-hmm.
And so when like a conflict presents itself, something that like a Jedi could deal with very easily, for like this Mandalorian is like this insurmountable feat, like something that happens in the second to last episode, how that ends. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like when they ended that episode, I was just like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Like I just don't see a way for this character to get out of it. And I really love like small stories like that where like when you have these low power characters going up against, I'm blanking on the word, but you know what I mean. Like it's just very interesting because you can put yourself in that situation a lot more.
I was legitimately surprised to see its Emmy presence. I was not expecting that at all.
Wait, okay, I didn't follow the Emmys either. I'm the worst at this. I'm the worst at like following the Emmys. You're the dude who knows all about like who wins what.
It's like I know the Oscars, I don't know the Emmys as well, and the Emmys is one of those things I'm always kind of flip-flopping on because on one hand, I think they do a lot of things right. Obviously, Zendaya winning her Emmy was amazing. Watchmen winning all the Emmys it did. And then on the other hand, I'm like, The Good Place got nothing over 4 years, and Glee has 6 Emmys, which is like the biggest shame in history.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see Mandalorian have a presence like anywhere outside of the technical stuff. So seeing it like in best drama is like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, and I think that's earned. Best drama, yeah. I felt more compelled for Mando than I have for a lot of characters that I've seen in media. Like it was one of those like for the first season was one of those like experiences where it just got me like really excited when like he would do something cool, and like whenever he would put everything aside and like choose the harder but morally right path. Like I just got like I just like felt pride in him, and I was just like, yeah, Mando,
Yeah,
you go save those people. You don't have to, but go save those people.
No spoilers.
It was great to see Baby Yoda basically earn an Emmy all on its own
Yeah.
for its visual effects. It's like that's fair.
It's so interesting, just like how big Star Wars is, that you can tell like these like very different stories
Oh yeah.
with like you've got on one hand you've got like the Jedi and like the whole religious side, and then you have like the seedier stuff where it's like the underground, the black market, bounty hunters, smugglers, stuff like that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, but then you take a show like Clone Wars and you just merge it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse my voice crack there. But
Oh, I'm sure you're fine. I've said so many times and tripped over my words. It's perfect.
Welcome to people who are not great public speakers.
I actually used to be. I used to be a pretty good public speaker.
well, I mean, you are. You can carry on a conversation really well.
I'm not. I stutter through everything.
Same here. Yeah, if it's not written out for me, or I've thought about it a whole heck of a lot, then yeah, I tend to do like I'm doing right now and like backtrack and be like, oh wait, that's not exactly what I meant. 1 second. But yeah.
Welcome to anxiety.
Yeah, it's really interesting because my video, to the people watching, the schedule, as I stated, the schedule has been like made out and everybody has their week, and the first person to put their video out is this dude right here, and so it's done. But for that video, I tried to write out a script and I couldn't because I thought it was going to take too much time. So that entire video, I've shown him, that entire video is completely like off the cuff. It's completely improvised. And it was taken from about 30 minutes of footage.
So you trimmed about 12 minutes out.
Yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, so my video is done, and when this goes onto YouTube, so when this is out and you are seeing it, my video will be on our Patreon. So I'm going to plug Patreon now. Yeah, we have a Patreon, and we have 3 tiers. We have the first tier, which is the Medley member tier. It is $5 per month. And with that, you can see all of our videos a week before they are put out on YouTube, which is really cool. So when this comes out and you want to pledge and you're like, hey, I really want to see that rewriting Naruto video, you can just pledge and it'll be there for you to view. And so that's what you'll be getting with the Medley member tier. You'll be getting early access to all of our videos. And so we go on to the second tier, which is the $10 one, and it is called the Gentleman tier. And the Gentleman tier, you will be getting early access to videos as well as bonus behind the scenes content that we will be posting whenever we're making videos. So whenever like somebody's working on something, you'll get all the pictures and all the videos and outtakes and everything that happens there. If you want to see that behind the scenes stuff, then go with the Gentleman tier. It's only $10 a month. And so that's the Gentleman tier. And then we get to the $15 tier called the Scholar tier. I'll give you a minute. If you get the 15, you will be a gentleman and a scholar. I was very proud of that. I don't get it. Is it? That's a common like saying.
Oh,
Like if somebody does something nice,
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah. But yeah, so
And Gravity Q reference there. So
the scholar tier, you get the early access, you get the bonus videos, and you get to be a part of our Q&As. You get to write questions, and we will take those questions and we will answer them in a video. Any question at all that you want to ask any of us, if you are a scholar, just write it down and we will answer that question in a video, in a Q&A video. And so those are the tiers right now. You can find our Patreon in the link down below, because I'm going to put it in the link down below. And or you can find it by going to Patreon and typing in Media Medley with the 2 M's capitalized. So capital M Media, capital M Medley. And we'll be right there. We'll have our logo and everything, which I didn't talk about. I didn't talk about our logo.
It's a logo.
Yeah.
It's a cool logo.
Yeah, I was really proud of it. I was really proud of it. I got my my longtime friend Jair Hernandez to do the first iteration of it, and he was super cool. He did it super fast, and so I showed everybody. And Carisha, as we've mentioned before, you know, R.I.P.
Yeah,
No.
she's dead.
Yeah, pour one out. Yeah, it's super tragic.
Oh, by the way, Dakota, she died. So
Wait, what?
Not really. We're joking.
Don't
don't mess with me like that, man. It's been rough.
No. She's fine. She's fine.
As far as we know, actually. We
Yeah,
haven't
hold
heard
up.
from her in a
I
while.
think she's selling earrings right now.
She's selling earrings. Is that why she couldn't be here?
Yeah. The logo was made by Jair, and then Carisha came in, and I don't know. I think she was like, I guess I can't get into her mind, and she's not here. So I can't ask her why she did this. So I'm not going to assume why she did it. But she was like, hey, here are some free markups for logos that I made. And I looked at them, and they were all really cool. And one that I really liked, and I think we all really liked, was this logo of the inside of a camera lens. And I sent that over to Jair, and I was like, hey man, can you take this and put it with the old logo to make something? And he was like, sure. And then the next day we got our logo.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And it was worth every penny I spent on that.
How much do you, well, I guess.
Oh, I can talk about it. I don't feel it was $100 to Jair, and then a surprise $50 to Carisha.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently Carisha was very surprised about that. Yeah, she like sent me like something on Instagram that I saw like months later where she was like reacting to the Venmo thing.
Yeah.
And she was just like, take it back. I was like, you did a good job. You earned it.
This is just the general friendship we have here.
Yeah.
For all you who are just like, what is going on with these people?
Yeah, we're a very supportive bunch of people. That's why we created this whole channel.
Most of us have some kind of background in theater, so we, you know.
Is there anybody who doesn't? Because I'm trying to think. Okay, let's roll call everybody.
Roll call.
We got myself, who's I have been a part of very many very popular musicals as a background dancer and actor. There's you, you were Javert. You were also in Seven Brides, and you were in Newsies.
Quite a few.
Yeah, we have a lot of Newsy alums.
Weren't you Judas in Godspell?
Oh yeah, yep.
That
Nice.
I saw rehearsals for that, not the actual show.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't see it either. I wasn't like really into the scene yet. I came in for like Pride and Prejudice, and
Yeah.
that I think was the next show.
Mm.
Was that the next show, Dakota?
Mm.
Godspell?
I think so.
Because
Yeah,
Spamalot was before.
yeah. Spamalot was before Pride, and I remember because I finally got my hair cut and had to shave off my facial hair. Finally, thank God. And I had to miss Godspell because I was doing a show at MTSU at the time.
Mm.
So
Yeah. So you're very seasoned. Your brother as well, Benja. He's a very seasoned actor.
Playing alongside him.
a very tall, seasoned actor.
Yeah, a 6'3" seasoned actor.
He was in Sense and Sensibility with you.
Yes, he played the antagonist in Sense and Sensibility.
I mean, he wasn't in the end, was he? Like, he had a change of heart. Or am I remembering wrong?
No, he like leaves her.
Ah.
And he's like, hey, I got like married to
Oh.
like somebody who's
Oh.
like good, like who's got money, and
Huh.
he's like, hey, can I please apologize to your sister? And oh darn it, Eleanor. Yeah, Eleanor. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while since I've been in the show. Lindsay's character, she's like, no, you're not going anywhere near her. Get out of here. And so yeah, he is kind of the antagonist, and
Okay.
because he follows the genuine the how Jane Austen likes to write her
Gotcha.
her antagonists, which are attractive men.
Gotcha. That's funny.
But he's done a lot more stuff. He was in Seven Brides as well,
And Newsies.
Newsies as well.
We beat each other to a pulp.
Yeah, there was one day which one of you got a bloody
I
nose?
accidentally gave him a bloody nose.
Yeah. Oh, that was intense. I got flashbacks to like me and my brother, where I was like, ooh.
But he also did a Midsummer Night's Dream. He was Demetrius,
Yeah.
and I will never forget it because I always love telling that story to other people. I was just telling it to a friend of mine at work the other day. But I said, do you guys know which story I'm talking about?
Is it the He's Mine?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if I know which one you're talking about with that one. No, it was one of the last shows we did when we're doing the whole play within a play. I was bottom Pyramus, whatever you want to call him, and he'd skipped a whole section of the script by accident. Like he legitimately jumped a whole section of the script, accidentally jumped over the moon and everything. We were scrambling to get back on track, and I pop out to do my bit, and he just goes, "Here comes Thisbe." And it's the one time, it's like one of the few times I have very visibly broken on stage. And I got lucky that it still fit my character. But our Hippolyta leaned over and went, "No, that's Pyramus. And I swear to God he did this. I will never forget it." He goes, "Oh, my bad." Dead serious in the middle of a Shakespeare show went, "My bad." And I still had to keep going. I had to do an entire monologue trying not to bust out laughing.
Benja is so funny. And I feel like he's very like unintentionally funny. Like he's just naturally, like he exudes humor. Where he's just like, because he talks in like a very like deadpan way a lot of the time. Where he's got, he just like, "Hey man, what's going on?"
Well, he's so incredibly good at dramatic roles as well.
Yeah.
Which we will see in Bryce too.
Yeah.
I'm so very excited for everyone to see.
Yeah, and I am so excited to see what he is going to be doing in Media Medley. We were talking about it. He gave me a couple things that he would like to do. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to what he's doing. And then so that's Benja, and then we you can't talk about Benja without talking about Aurora.
Aww.
And who is Benja and Aurora are a thing. They are an item. They are a couple.
They're in love.
Yes,
It's adorable.
very much. And I believe out of everybody, Aurora is the like most like focused and like I guess the most successful
Hmm.
in
In what way?
in the terms of like musical theater,
Uh,
because she was the princess in Aida.
Yeah.
Emnurse, is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah,
Yes.
she killed that song, by the way.
Oh, she's amazing.
I told her I wanted that Strongest Suit. I want her to record Strongest Suit.
Mm.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was one of those performances where, similar to Nicholas True, who's another actor we know, Nicholas True's performance as Jack Kelly with Santa Fe, where it's like I'll listen to the cast recording and I'm listening to it and I'm like, yeah, this is okay, but I'd rather listen to Nicholas True sing Santa Fe, or I'd rather listen to Aurora sing Strongest Suit. Like it was like that good of a performance.
Yeah, it's always when you have experience with those shows, you can't really listen to the cast albums the same.
Mhm.
Like I did Catch Me If You Can a couple years ago, and because of one guy in the audience, and it was someone I knew, who's a good friend of mine. Because of that, I can never listen to the soundtrack the same again. Because every time I listen to Fly Fly Away, I immediately in the back of my head hear him screaming, just going woo.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
yeah, yeah, and like that's not even like the only thing that she's done. She was Eponine in Les Mis,
Yeah.
which is a performance that legit made me cry. Like, damn. Why you playing with my heart, Aurora? Why you gotta die? She like dies on stage, and I'm just like trying to hold it in, and like just tears are pouring down my face, and I'm like, and then your brother dies, and I'm like, oh!
And I'm in the back, cold, stone. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear here, so I'm not gonna take that risk.
I'd go for it.
I'm just in the back, stone cold bastard, no emotion on my face, because that's just how I am.
We all experience theater differently.
Oh, it's amazing. I still love him. I'm just not an emotional person, as it turns out.
But yeah, that's Aurora. Aurora's like so talented. You've seen her if you've watched the Bryce series and the Esparta series. She's the lead of Battle Angel, and she's super cool and super awesome, and also a weed. So awesome. And so there. Okay, so that's a bunch of us. And then we've got Nick Lewandowski, who we were talking about Catch Me. He was the lead in Catch Me. So he has that theater experience. He was Anthony in Sweeney Todd.
We worked with him in producers.
Yep. Yeah.
And from my perspective, one of his greatest accomplishments, because I know I couldn't have pulled it off. He pulled off the lead in a musical that I openly acknowledge I hate.
Oh yeah, Miracle.
Miracle on 34th Street, the worst musical ever written. He pulled off the lead role with only like 3 weeks to learn it.
Wow.
And yeah, I was impressed. I was like, I could not have pulled that off. Even if I tried, I could not do it. So I hold him in a very high respect for that.
Yeah, and he's just honestly the most chill dude ever.
Oh yeah.
And like such a great actor.
Oh yeah.
Like just such a great film actor. He was in Bryce Part 1 as Johnny.
Yeah.
And that moment where he finds out that Bryce is Bryce, and like he's like just getting all like angry, and like you can see like the tears starting to well up in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah, I'm still a very, amateur director, and so I didn't have to give him like barely any direction. He was he knew what he was doing. I mean,
Yeah, he's naturally good in front of a camera, and I can't wait to see what he does.
Yeah.
And then there's Hunter. Hunter's been in a bunch of stuff. He was going to be in Huckleberry Finn. He was going to be Tom Sawyer, but due to the coronavirus, that got postponed. but he's really, really talented, super insightful. He is one of the best fight choreographers I've ever seen.
Gosh, yeah. If you've seen any fight, pretty much any fights in, well, okay, just Bryce so far, but in Bryce too as well, he's helped a lot with those, and I'm so excited for everyone to see the fight scenes in that, because they just take the fight scenes from Bryce 1 and Espargio 3, it just goes whoop. It's just
and
so good.
He's working on his own project. You're on that project, correct?
Which one?
Can I talk about it? He's working on his own project, correct?
Well, yeah, we're working on it together. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm super excited to see what that is. We're not talking about what that is yet, but look forward to it.
Yes, if you'd like to find out more about it sooner rather than later, you can sign up for Patreon, which is not this Patreon, but separate one for my YouTube channel.
Plug yourself.
I'll click the link in the description if he puts it in the description.
I'll put it
if
in the
not,
description.
he's a filthy liar. Not my friend.
I will put it in the description.
Thank you, Britt. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to think who Drew Harris.
Drew Harris, yes.
My boy.
Yeah, big swole vegan guy. Gaston himself. He is a part of this, but he's normally not a part of the messaging back and forth between everybody, because the method in which we message each other is not a system that he uses, and it's really hard to get in contact with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's hard for you, but it is hard for me.
You have his number?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Yeah, we both do. I texted him about working out a couple weeks ago.
Anything
Good
back?
Yeah, I did get something back. He just doesn't work out as often, and I'm still trying to kind of lose a little bit of weight. So
Yeah, but he's super. Like I hate that I'm saying at each one of them, it's like, oh, they're super talented, but they are.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are just great. You guys are just awesome. Like, Dakota over here is like one of the best dancers I know, one of the best chameleon actors I know. Can do a quick change like that.
They're legendary. I still make jokes about them.
A chameleon actor, if I'm not mistaken, it's an actor who can play, like, basically they just blend into the role that they play. And normally, like if you're in like a community theater setting, you want a chameleon actor to play like multiple parts.
Gotcha. Huh, yeah.
So
yeah, think back to when we were in Hairspray.
Yep. The teacher,
Oh,
Mr. What's his name? I can't remember.
Mr. Pinky.
Yeah.
Legitimately probably one of my favorite things I've ever done, and I had my personal issues during that too. So that was fun though, because I improv something that made it to the show and always got a huge laugh.
Yeah, so I think we all have backgrounds in theater.
yeah, we're a very theatrical group. We're very overdramatic. We like to show affection in whatever ways we can. We're super supportive of one another. And I love that about this group.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like in this group, like somebody's going to put something out and I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
And that gave me the confidence, because I was really nervous about making my video.
Mm-hmm.
I like literally when I was like driving home from work, ready, like I was getting ready to film, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know how to make a video. You know, this is taking somebody else's idea and passing it off as my own. Like, people are going to be like, man, like, those changes are stupid. Man, this rewrite's horrible. You know, that was getting in my head where I was just like, oh, man, like, people are going to hate this. And then I remember, like, the group that we had built up. And I was like, everybody's going to be, like, super supportive about it. And any criticism is going to be constructive. Like, what are you worrying about? And I did it. And I got it done in essentially 3 days. It only took about like 10, 12 hours. to do everything. So yeah, it is a great group we got here.
It is, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dakota, what's been up with you?
I do know that I started restructuring one idea that I had. I've told you about it a bunch. That musical idea I had about prom.
Oh yeah.
Could never get it to be linear, and I'm kind of restructuring right now to be like more like almost like a web series of sorts.
Okay, that sounds actually a lot of fun.
As long as I'm hoping I can get the people I have in mind for it, because I literally just have this picture perfect cast in mind for it. So I'm hoping I can get all of them for it.
Yeah, well, you know that you got me, you got him, you got all of Media Medley. Never forget
Indeed.
that.
But yeah, outside of that, not much else. It's been a rough couple months for me. So
yeah, I mean, like, not much you can do in the pandemic.
Yeah, not much you can do anything. So
yeah, we got like 2 movies in theaters right now. Tenet and New Mutants.
They pushed back everything I wanted to see.
Yeah, I was really sad to see Black Widow get pushed back. It was like, man, finally she's getting a movie, and it's coming out right at the pandemic, and they got to move it back.
No, right.
I was so upset at first because like the first one I was really upset about was In the Heights, because I was really excited for that, and I was like, oh man, oh well.
Wait,
wait a year.
Wait. Is it just being pushed back, or is it being postponed indefinitely?
It got pushed back a year, so it's coming out.
Because I saw something on Facebook, and never trust anything on Facebook, kids. Never.
That's why I'm not on it right now.
Yeah, but I saw something on Facebook where it was like In the Heights postponed indefinitely, and I was like, no.
No, it just got pushed back to next June. And then like I was super excited for Wonder Woman, and it kept getting pushed back and pushed back, and now it's coming out at Christmas, which is the worst possible time for any movie to come out when you're a film buff like me. Just like, oh man, everything comes out in December.
Yeah.
And then they pushed back the one I really wanted to see. They pushed back West Side Story by a whole year. I was psyched for that one too. But what can you do?
Yeah.
At least I still have my Sorkin.
Wait, Sorkin?
Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah. What about Aaron Sorkin?
What is he doing?
Because he has a movie coming out.
Oh, what's he in?
It's the Trial of Chicago 7. The trailer's up on YouTube. It's supposed to be on Netflix in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's got Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Emmy winner Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's a fantastic actor. Especially thank God for Watchmen. Why is nobody telling me about these great TV shows until after they're over?
Yeah.
Watchmen, The Good Place, man.
Yeah, I learned about the Good Place. My mom actually started watching it, and then my friend Jordan started watching it later, and she was like telling me all about the series. She's like, you should watch it, it's really good. And I'm like, I don't know if I can sink that much time into it, because it's written by the same dude who did The Office.
Yeah, he was on The Office, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Space Force. Has anybody here watched Space Force?
I haven't watched it, no.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, my friend, a friend of mine at work, recommended it. She has not watched the whole thing. I found this out because I know how she watched it, and I literally ended up buying the whole series on Blu-ray just to watch the final season. And worth the impulse buy. I went through that whole show twice in 2 weeks.
Dang.
And I'm still mad it has no Emmys.
Yeah, the Emmys are really weird, because you'll find out that like certain TV shows get Emmys, and it like comes right out of nowhere. and then you see like these great TV shows that are like really smart and really clever, and they just never win.
Again, Glee. Glee has 6 Emmys. Good Place has none. Glee is not a good show.
It was good in the beginning. It was good in the beginning. But
I rewatched the whole thing. It's not a good show.
Hey, in the beginning, it's
The first 13 episodes are still pretty solid.
Huh?
The first 13 are pretty solid.
Yeah.
Everything after it's like, it's worse and worse.
No, they should have probably stopped it after season 3.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. Like that would have been like the best course of action.
Yeah,
Like,
it sucks.
I don't care if Rachel gets the part in the Broadway show.
Still mad about that storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the worst thing though is trying to rewatch it, and you're, in my case, trying to separate what you know in real life as to what is happening in the show. And
is this for? Are you referring to the actor for Puck?
Among other things, obviously, Corey Monteith and Naya Rivera having both passed away.
Yeah.
What happened with the guy who played Puck, and what we ultimately learned about Melissa Benoist less than a year ago.
Wait, I don't know about that.
She, that was a big thing for a while. She revealed that she was a victim of domestic abuse.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Glee
she didn't.
Her show.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of like turn this into a joke, but like it's legitimately a curse show.
Yeah, it is. It very much is. It's even worse because, like, it's. I don't want to get into that rumor mill, but there's a lot of timeline matching up to when she was on the show, and if you know anything about like who was dating who was with who during that, it makes it a lot harder to watch. At least for me personally. But at least she's happy now. She's married. She has a kid. So she's happy now. Sucks her show is ending, but
yeah,
not a great look for the CW. And Supergirl. Oh, look, Superman TV show.
Yeah, you're big into the CW. I still haven't watched the CW like first.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of it recently. I just haven't put my thought into it. I'll still just like I still just like watch random bits from Legends of Tomorrow because that show is amazing, and it's a shame that it doesn't get more recognition. They got Cisco, my friend, Cisco, performing the thong song for a fight scene. It's just as ridiculous as it sounds.
Yeah, the thing with the CWDC universe is that it's so extensive, like beyond, like even beyond the Marvel movies. Like there's just so many hours that you have to commit to that series, and just like it just seems really daunting. I tried to watch Arrow, and it's like there's 26 episodes in each season. That's 13 hours.
Yeah, it is very daunting just looking at it. And this is someone who owns pretty much every season of it right now. So yeah, it's daunting. I started watching it like right after Arrow's 5th season, so it was a little easier to do, relatively speaking, because you didn't have like 20 seasons to watch. It was like I think 12 back then, which back then being like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah. But as long as I have my Legends, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's why I like to keep with my anime, because like with anime, like if it's a long story like One Piece, like you're all like I got into that when I was a kid, so it's literally just like keeping up with it. but it's like really daunting to get into. That's like One Piece for me is like the CWDC universe for you. All right, and we've had a lot of fun talking and doing this. This was really fun.
Yeah, it
nice
was.
getting to talk to you guys and just hang out, be bros. So I think we're gonna end it off right here. Just a friendly reminder that we will be linking our Patreon in the comment section down below, along with Donnie Skywalker's Patreon. Would you like to tell them where they can find you specifically?
YouTube.
YouTube at?
I don't. Hold on, let me check real quick. I can't remember. There's an underscore, I think. I don't remember.
So to find him, just go to YouTube, type in Donnie Skywalker.
Donnie_Skywalker.
Yeah, and you'll find him. Dakota, is there anything that you would like to plug?
Nope.
All
Like I
right.
said, I'm not on Facebook right now, and I'm not really looking to plug anything at the moment. So
All right. So yeah, all of the Patreons will be in the description down below. And this is going to be our first ever video that we are putting out on this channel. So we are we're in the beginning of this. So if you can please go down and hit that subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. Comment, tell us what you thought about this. If you want to see more of this, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit that dislike button if you absolutely hated it. And please, because we are in the beginning, share. Share it with your friends. Share it with your grandmother. She's lonely. So share it with your grandmother. I think
don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah. Hit
Because
that bell, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Media Medley, we are signing out, and we're going to end it, everybody, right now.